Hello everyone and welcome back to yet another Sundance review that I have here on my channel, and I've been reviewing a crap ton of things. I just did In the Earth and Judas and the Black Messiah, which definitely check out those reviews along with my entire playlist of all my Sundance films that I've seen so far this year. And we are going to be reviewing such a bizarre one. Not quite as weird as Strawberry Mansion, as that movie is quite possibly the weirdest movie I've ever seen in my entire life. This one is up there because this is an animated film about cryptids, about mythological creatures existing in the world, and somebody trying to form a zoo of all these creatures because they believe that they deserve to be seen and to be free in the world without having to be feared or harmed by, normal humans. And this movie I absolutely adored. I loved this movie because it's so imaginative, it's so bizarre and weird, and it has such a great idea. It really is Indiana Jones, a sprinkle of Indiana Jones with a sprinkle of Jurassic Park with a whole lot of originality. There's nothing quite like this film. I have the Onward poster up because that's the closest poster that I have to the, I guess, type of movie that this is. But this is a wholly unique movie that, again, I've never seen anything like this. The animation style, the story that it has, it really is quite unique, and I very much enjoyed my experience watching this film. So what exactly is the plot of Cryptozoo? Like I said, there is a Cryptozoo with a bunch of cryptids in it, and the person running this zoo wants to find this creature called a Baku, which basically eats the dreams or nightmares out of, people, out of anything that is dreaming or having nightmares, and they're able to take that away from people to kind of heal people in a way. And this movie is about a bunch of different groups with several different ideals of what cryptids should be in the world, and it's about all their ideals clashing along with their journey of trying to capture and find this Baku. And in that way, I think this movie is a very interesting story character-wise because there's a lot of different ideals. Of course, you have the cryptid zoo owner who wants these things to be seen and want to make a safe haven, a sanctuary for all these creatures, even though, she's also making a zoo out of it. So they're being displayed. It's kind of like a circus. There's, carnival rides. They're going to be, it seems like it's a little bit off that she's exploiting these cryptids and not really caring too much about them, even though this is her passion. She wants them to be free. She wants them to have the life that she believes that they deserve. And you have another cryptid character who is human passing, where she's kind of like a Medusa. I don't know what the exact mythological creature Medusa is, but there's a Medusa-like character, and she was my favorite character by far in this entire film because she had a kind of perspective where she's joined in with the zookeeper character, and they have to kind of work together in a way, and she's seeing the ideals of this woman who's running the zoo and having ideas of her own of whether or not this is kind of the right thing to do, whether or not these cryptids should be fully free, whether or not they should stay hidden, or whether or not they should just all, go away and not be seen and have to go into hiding. And it's a very interesting clash between those two characters because, like I said, those are probably the two main characters of this film, and I found them very interesting. There's also a villain character who wants to capture them and use them for the military because they're very powerful, they're very dangerous, and this movie is extremely violent because, it's animation. They have full freedom. This isn't an adult animation. This is no kids movie by far. The movie starts off with two characters going on a sex date, and they run into this giant fence, and they climb over it, and they discover this zoo. You have voice actors like Lake Bell and Michael Cera in this film, and a bunch of different voice actors that I don't really know of too much, but the entire cast does a great job voicing these characters, and listening to interviews afterwards of kind of their experience working on this movie, because this movie is an independently made animation, which, for one, I'm making an animated movie myself for film school, or it's a hybrid, half animation, half live action, and we're working on the animated stuff right now, and it's very difficult, it's very tedious, especially with no budget and no possible way to actually animate things. You have to do some things in a different way, and for them to independently make this animated movie and have the stylistic vision that it has is extremely impressive, and it's been a 4 to 5 year long process. Like, Michael Cera said that he recorded his lines for this movie for the majority of his role, actually for the entirety of his role, mainly in like a day or two, and 4.5 years ago. That's how long this movie has been in the works, and I think it largely works. I think you can easily slip into the audience that just this movie's not made for you because, like I said, it's very odd, it's very violent, it has a lot of sex in it, there's a lot of nudity in this animated film, there's a lot of just weird things, a lot of weird creatures, a lot of weird storylines, a lot of weird mythological magical things. There's a unicorn, there's like a kraken, there's a giant snake thing. I don't know all these types of cryptids, but another great thing is they're all based in real folktales, real mythologies that we have in our world. So it does feel in a way that it does take place in our world, even though it takes place in this weird cryptic Cryptozoo, universe where these things actually exist, and it also takes place in the 60s for some reason, which is another interesting choice. There's a lot of creative ideas flowing through this movie, which I have to praise them upon. In terms of negatives for this film, I think really my main negatives, it's so out there, and the different clashing ideals can sometimes make the movie seem a bit like unbalanced and make it seem like the movie doesn't really know what message it wants to get across. Even though it is very much against capitalism, it has a lot of weird ideas and a lot of weird themes that you don't quite know what the movie is really going for. Overall, I really did enjoy this weird animated adventure that I watched. It's very, very entertaining in the very least. So if this movie gets a release, definitely go check this one out if my description made you guys interested whatsoever. So thanks guys for watching this video. Subscribe to my channel to see more Sundance reviews. I have a bunch of stuff from Censor to In the Earth to Judas and the Black Messiah to Strawberry Mansion to this. So I have a bunch of reviews out on the channel. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of Cryptozoo if you guys saw it in Sundance. And thanks for watching, and I hope to see you all in my next one.